I arrived in 72. I stayed for 2 years. I took a year off and I went back and graduated in 1977.
So I did attend from 76 through 78. For this little country girl, there were opportunities, CWC tried to make it, available to us to do things. I remember seeing Katharine Hepburn in a play downtown in Denver, and that was kind of a big deal for me, certainly. As far as, some of the things that we were offered, I thought was really, really fun.
Got my Red Cross lifesaver certificate there in the pool. I still keep in touch with 3 of my classmates, and we're 68, so that is good. And only one of them was from Denver, and her parents were very generous and would always have us over. And one weekend she said, "Oh, my father got a job, rehabbing a condo in Aspen, so we're all going." And her brother was 6'8", and he was so big he had to sleep on the porch off the condos. There were so many people there. So, there were some extremely hospitable people.
CWC had just an amazing theater program and a wonderful theater. I got to meet, and again, this, wide-eyed country girl from northeastern Colorado, got to meet and get to know Jonathan Parker, who was one of the most interesting people you're ever going to meet in your life. Well, and this was just a total different world. As you know, CWC is kind of in the Park Hill neighborhood, and he married a white woman, and they bought a house in Park Hill, which is still kind of amazing because I think when they bought it, there was plenty of redlining going on, especially in my neighborhood. But and he would talk about how the cops would follow him home to make sure, that he wasn't, where he shouldn't be, because they just didn't understand why a Black man would live in Park Hill. He was just a fascinating human being. And for me, to have a professor, because the teacher had never talked to me like that, like you're an adult, like you can understand social issues. I was just always, taught that, well, you're a girl, you can't be an architect, that kind of thing out where I went to school. But just to be treated like an adult, it was absolutely fascinating. And I will always remember that and always be grateful that I got to meet Jonathan Parker.
I think it's wonderful it wasn't torn down because it's big enough to build a very expensive condominium building. So, and I think it's also wonderful that it's still used as a campus with a lot of open space. I think we're just happy that it's still there. We're sorry it's not a women's college, but I think we're happy that the campus is being preserved. So I come back to Colorado about once every 5 or 6 years, and I always go there. And I was surprised after it had been first a law school for DU, and then Johnson & Wales. But besides a few of the signs around it, like street parking, were changed, I couldn't see any changes to really the basic campus. So that was nice.